Minkah Fitzpatrick has been one of the highest rising stars in the NFL over the last year. After a good rookie season with the Miami Dolphins, he was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he was named a first-team All-Pro. Now, Fitzpatrick is on a Steelers defense that is the only undefeated team in the league at 6-0 to start the 2020 NFL season. Fitzpatrick is a star, but who missed on the picks ahead of him and missed out on the star safety? First, I'd like to acknowledge that the majority of people who watch our videos aren't subscribed to the channel. Help us out by subscribing and joining us on our way to 100K because it's coming fast and you don't want to miss your opportunity to enlist in the J&D Army. First, let's take a second to talk about the rise of Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah Fitzpatrick Jr. was born on November 17, 1996 in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Fitzpatrick attended St. Peter's Preparatory School in Jersey City, New Jersey. He played both wide receiver and defensive back for the Marauders. As a senior, he had 1,111 yards and 12 touchdowns on offense, along with 70 tackles and 3 interceptions on defense. Fitzpatrick was a 5-star recruit and the #1 recruit in New Jersey. After being verbally committed for about a year, Fitzpatrick signed with the University of Alabama. Fitzpatrick started as a true freshman for the Crimson Tide, recording 49 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 interceptions. He quickly moved up the ranks in college, going on to be named first-team All-SEC for the first time as a sophomore after making 66 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and grabbing an impressive 6 interceptions. Fitzpatrick went on to win the Chuck Bednarik Award as the best defensive player in college football as a junior. Seen as an easy top pick in the draft after often being the top player on the field in almost every game he played in college. At the draft, the Miami Dolphins owned the 11th selection where they took Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick started his pro career as a backup safety, but later took over a starting role after Rashad Jones went down with an injury. His first career interception was in his second start off of none other than Tom Brady. His other interception on the season was late in the year off of Kirk Cousins that Fitzpatrick actually took back for a touchdown. He finished his rookie campaign with 80 tackles. After week 1 in 2019, Fitzpatrick requested a trade from the Dolphins as the team was well on its way to tanking. He was shipped off to the Pittsburgh Steelers along with a 4th and 7th round pick in exchange for a 1st, 5th, and 6th round selection. Simply put, Fitzpatrick turned into a star. He went on to be named first-team All-Pro and make the Pro Bowl behind his 68 tackles and 5 interceptions. Fitzpatrick is the anchor on a stout Steelers defense that has reached out to a 6-0 record to start 2020, a lot in part to Fitzpatrick, who has 23 tackles and already has a pick 6 after taking a Baker Mayfield interception back to the house. Safe to say that Fitzpatrick is already a star after 2 seasons in the NFL, but how about those taken ahead of him? With the first overall pick at the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns selected Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield. Mayfield had the natural ability to play the position and was extremely accurate in college, but off-the-field issues worried some scouts, making him a very confusing prospect. Mayfield ended up getting his first chance to play in week 3 when Tyrod Taylor went down with an injury. He ended up leading the Browns back in the game to their first victory in 635 days, and Mayfield overall helped Cleveland feel like a competent team for the first time in a while. Mayfield passed for 3,725 yards and an NFL rookie record 27 touchdowns to only 14 interceptions. He was named PFWA Rookie of the Year and debuted at number 50 on the NFL Top 100. Mayfield's play declined in 2019 after playing in every game with 3,827 yards and 22 touchdowns to 21 interceptions. He has struggled to take care of the ball in 2020 early with 7 interceptions already to go with 1,392 yards and 15 touchdowns. The New York Giants owned the 2nd selection where they took Penn State running back Saquon Barkley. Barkley was an absolute monster going into the draft and was the undisputable #1 prospect thanks to his impressive skill and talent. In only his 2nd game in the league, he set a Giants franchise record and tied the NFL rookie record with 14 receptions at the running back position. Barkley went on to be named NFL Offensive Player of the Year and Pepsi Rookie of the Year, along with making the PFWA All-Rookie team and being named to the Pro Bowl. He had 1,307 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns, along with 721 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. He broke the NFL record for most receptions in a season by a rookie running back with 91. Barkley debuted on the NFL Top 100 at number 16. Barkley missed 3 games with an ankle sprain in 2019 and ended up recording 1,003 yards, 6 touchdowns, 438 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns on the year. 2020 went very poorly for Barkley, who suffered a torn ACL in week 2 after only recording 34 rushing rushing yards and 60 receiving yards on the season. Third overall, the New York Jets drafted USC quarterback Sam Darnold. Darnold was seen as the top quarterback in the class by some and had a very high ceiling. His rookie season was up and down to say the least, as he suffered a foot injury along the way. He did, however, become the youngest quarterback in NFL history to record a quarterback rating over 110 with 116.8. Darnold also set Jets rookie franchise records with a 57.7 completion percentage and a 77.6 quarterback rating. He recorded 2,865 yards and 17 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. 2019 was something for Darnold, who missed 3 weeks with mono and then coined the soundbite where he was seeing ghosts. He finished the season with 3,024 yards and 19 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. So far, Darnold has played in 5 games for the 0-7 Jets in 2020 with 912 yards and 3 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Ohio State cornerback Denzel Ward was taken 4th by the Cleveland Browns. Ward was viewed as the top defensive back in the class ahead of Minkah Fitzpatrick. He showed plenty of promise as a rookie, being named to the PFWA All-Rookie team and even making the Pro Bowl. Ward had 53 tackles and 30 interceptions in 13 games. He continued to produce in 2019, recording 44 tackles and 2 interceptions. Through 7 games of 2020, Ward currently has 26 tackles and an interception. With the 5th overall pick, the Denver Broncos selected NC State linebacker Bradley Chubb. Chubb was the top pass rusher coming into the class and immediately made an impact in the pros, being named Defensive Rookie of the Month for October. Chubb played in every game for the Broncos as a rookie, recording 60 tackles and an impressive 12 sacks. He was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team and debuted on the NFL Top 100 at number 82. His season ended prematurely in 2019 after Chubb suffered a torn ACL in Week 4. He had 21 tackles and a sack. Chubb has 17 tackles and 4.5 sacks already in 6 games in 2020. The Indianapolis Colts own the 6th selection, where they took Notre Dame offensive guard Quentin Nelson. Nelson was a machine in college and was the best lineman in the class. He was named the Offensive Rookie of the Month early in his career and went on to be named to the PFWA All-Rookie team, made the Pro Bowl, and was named a first-team All-Pro as a rookie. Nelson somehow got better in 2019 and didn't give up a single sack. He was named to the Pro Bowl and was a first-team All-Pro once again. Nelson has played in all 6 games for the Colts in 2020. And I just recently bought a Quentin Nelson jersey. We went to a Colts game in Indianapolis with the Cole Adams. 7th overall, the Buffalo Bills drafted Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen. Allen started his rookie campaign as the Bills' backup, but came into the Week 1 matchup and started in Week 2 after the Bills realized that they needed to play, well, anybody but Nathan Peterman. Allen missed 4 games with an elbow injury as a rookie and finished the season with 2,074 passing yards and 10 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, along with a Bills quarterback record 631 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Allen made improvements in 2019 as he recorded 3,089 yards and 20 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, along with 510 rushing yards and another Bills franchise record of 9 rushing touchdowns. Allen has started 2020 on a roll and was named AFC Player of the Month for September. He has 2,018 yards and 16 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions through 7 games. Georgia linebacker Roquan Smith was taken 8th by the Chicago Bears. Smith came into the draft as a speedy, instinctive Mike linebacker who could, if needed, move over to the weak side. In the pros, Smith has made his living on the inside, though. He had a good rookie season, and Pro Football Focus rated him as the 39th linebacker in the league. He finished the year with 121 tackles, 5 sacks, and an interception. He was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team. Smith was off to a good start in 2019, recording 101 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception in 12 games, but he went down with a torn pectoral. Smith has 52 tackles and has forced a fumble through 6 games in 2020. With the 9th pick, the San Francisco 49ers selected Notre Dame offensive tackle Mike Mcclunchy. Fun fact, his cousin is actually Matt Ryan. I feel like nobody knows that. Mcclunchy was expected to be a top lineman in the class and showed to be a superior pass blocker with some improvements needed in the run game. He started across Joe Staley as a rookie and played in every game for the 49ers. He was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team. Last season, Mcclunchy played in 12 games, missing 4 games due to a knee injury. He has played in all 7 games for the 49ers thus far in 2020. The Arizona Cardinals own the 10th selection, where they took UCLA quarterback Josh Rosen. Rosen was a great prospect coming into the draft. He was seen as a clean prospect and had the potential to easily take over an NFL offense. Things, of course, didn't go that way. Rosen made his debut in Week 3, taking over for Sam Bradford. Rosen then struggled as the Cardinals had one of the worst offenses in the NFL and even fired their offensive coordinator Mike McCoy. Barkley. Rosen finished the season with 2,278 yards and 11 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. The Cardinals were bad enough to earn the #1 pick at the 2019 NFL Draft and decided to move on to Kyler Murray and trade Rosen to the Dolphins in exchange for second and third round picks. He spent most of the season with the Dolphins as the backup to Ryan Fitzpatrick, starting in 3 games and recording 567 yards and a single touchdown to 5 interceptions. He was waived ahead of the 2020 season, and he's currently on the Buccaneers practice squad. And finally, with the 11th selection at the 2018 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins took Alabama safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is a straight-up stud and has been a huge get for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's rare when you give up so many draft picks to get a guy that feels completely worth it. There's no way the Steelers have any regrets. The Steelers defense is absolutely stacked, and Fitzpatrick is a huge reason for it. Pittsburgh is the only undefeated team in the league for a reason, and that defense is it. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more J&D. We read all of our DMs and love hearing what y'all have to say.